One of the things that really struck me about the national conversation that's unfolding around this was an editorial in the Wall Street Journal, whose editorial board is very conservative and business friendly, and therefore traditionally you would expect to be a friendly place towards this notion of gutting, regulatory agencies or bringing them to heel and unitary executive theory and all that. But even they were saying, this is demonstrating a downside to that way of structuring government, which is the potential for corruption by centralizing too much authority in a way that becomes unaccountable. And of course, overlaying this is not just the idea of what is the best way for the government to be structured, but also just the role of Congress in general. It's one thing whether this is a better way or a worse way to do it, but it's completely cutting out the Article 1 branch of government into making decisions about how to structure things. So, for example, there is a law that says USAID shall exist as an independent entity that's not part of any department. And if you don't think that's a good idea, the traditional way to handle it would be to go to Congress and get them to change that law. But Trump is just saying, I'm going to fold it into the State Department unilaterally, which suggests that there's no role left for lawmakers in shaping the basic structure of our federal government.
And they don't seem to be objecting, which is what is so extraordinary. If he says he wants to get rid of the entire education department, that was created by Congress. You just don't hear anything much out of the Hill. I mean, there's the Democrats are they're protesting, but nothing else.
There's so few guardrails at this point for this administration when you're essentially, ignoring Congress's role when it comes to oversight, when you're installing loyalists at the Department of Justice, when you're ousting inspectors general as well. I think there is a real question of, at that point, what is the system of accountability that's in place for the executive branch?